Hi guys, this is Emnel, and we are back playing Europa Universalis 4 with Rights of Men DLC preview version. Right, so we managed to make sure that all of our advisors are in order, but before we continue, some of you asked what kind of achievements are we going for. We are of course going for Winged Hussars. That requires us to have more than 50% bonus compatibility for our cavalry. We are of course going for Poland getting into space. That requires us to reach the max technology level for all of the technologies, which may be interesting with the new technology system, institutions and such, and one king to rule, which needs us to end this whole nonsense of rule of law, personal freedom and such, and turn Poland into an absolutist monarchy. And in the meantime, we may want to also, I don't know, dismantle HRE or, I don't know, things like that. We'll see. Some minor others. If you want to suggest some achievements we should go for, then please go ahead. I will go through them later myself and maybe find something interesting. I haven't been really going after achievements for a while, so there are probably some I don't have that so we can feasibly get in this playthrough. Alright. Oh, right. Military coalitions, yada yada yada. I just came back from the weekend trip out of town, and well, that's why we get the whole new pop-ups, because this is I just loaded the game again after playing first 5 episodes on Friday. Now so we do have a 15% penalty already due to not having Renaissance, and it doesn't seem like we will get Renaissance anytime soon. It only reached Austria, but Austria is yet to actually embrace it, which makes it not really appear too fast in other nations that could transfer it to us, such as Bohemia or to a lesser extent Hungary. We are actually closer to coming up with it ourselves here. But that will take another 16 years or so, so that would make 30% hit. So I think we'll eat the penalty and actually take up. That being said, it's not like we are in a dire need of it, but we could wait for another 5% trade efficiency or something. But the thing is that, well, we'll need to take up at some point, because we won't be able to store so much, well, enough points for us to wait till Renaissance arrives. So, yeah, let's just eat it. Okay, so we finally caught those. Okay, our air is so. It doesn't really matter for us since, well. Alright, that's because he changed our air changed. So this one isn't bad actually. I'm okay with loose lips thing. Oh, by the way, there is a new thing that we can do. I don't think I have mentioned it, but that's one of the features with expansion, I believe, not the patch. That if our ruler is at least 60 years old and has ruled for 20 years, we can force him to abdicate. That will cost us, I believe, a handful of stability and legitimacy. But, well, if you are stuck with that 1-1-1 leader that refuses to die, there's an option. And speaking of painful options, there is also a way to abandon personal union, which actually is not that pointless for Poland, because to form a Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth you have to have fewer unions than 2. So Before that was implemented in this patch, there was a chance that you randomly ended up with personal union over something and wasn't able to actually create a Commonwealth. So that's a good thing. Now we can create a state right here. Okay, that outright got us down to 50, which is the way it worked previously. But now we should be able to make this into a standard core rather than a territorial core. Let me check. Okay, so having territorial cores already gets rid of extension of costs. Still works that way. And as you can see, that should lower our autonomy to 0 outright. Maybe that's how it used to work. Well, it actually lowered it to what I imagine is the proper autonomy for this province due to other factors. Alright, so the reason it hasn't lowered it here is because the proper autonomy was higher than that. Okay, so that makes sense. Just wondering what was up with that. Okay, so we have a war with Lindbergh, Brunswick, and Baden. What? Why are you fighting, guys? Lindbergh. Why do you? Alright, so you're fighting against Prussia. Interesting. Sure, do have the unhappiness among the clergy. Let's check our estates. So they have 60 over 45. We'll lose papal influence and we'll do, that's problematic because that would lower our tax modifier, and tax is our main source of income these days, as you can see here. 60% of our taxes, of our money, of our income is from taxes. 15 prestige is actually not a... I think we'll take a prestige hit, to be honest. And speaking of papal influence, I think what we are, since we will be living Catholic faith at some point, we'll go reform. I will just use that to work on my mercantilism for the time being, just buying it every 50 points or so. That should make a decent source of income at some point. Speaking of trade and income, we definitely want a marketplace right here. And, well, that's all the places we want a marketplace for now, I'm afraid. Here it's... Well, overall it's a problem with our territory, like we only province we are producing goods with price over 3 is this one in Lvov. We have a few that produce iron and salt, but some cloth, but that's about it. Nothing too fancy. Not really. But then again, there are a few such fancy things in Europe at the time, so maybe I'm just complaining. Well, we do have a lot of grain, which may actually come in handy if we get a modifier for trading grain that would, if I remember correctly, increase our force limit, which is always nice. Now, we do have that remind knights of their duty thing, but I think we'll actually start, since we are working on finally establishing Gdańsk as a proper... Alright, so that would cost us as a proper trading place. We captured some territory here already that will grant us a bit more trade power. I think we will try to move our main node towards the Baltic Sea. Let's switch to sorry, this one. Thank you. So here we are gaining actually 4, not bad at all. Not ongoing. Alright, that's because we get addition of 20% from 10% from technology and 30% from income. Makes sense. So, I mean, not sure if we should for now, because we would have to switch from collecting here with our 50% trade power to transferring it north to Baltic Sea by using this merchant that is sitting here pulling trade towards Kiev. We'll of course leave this one. Okay, let's actually see how if we were to recall that merchant here, would that make a much of a difference? Well, some would lose 1 point or so. That would be retained here. Let's see. To do it properly, we would need to basically, well, first we would need to change our trading capital, so to speak, mine trade city, as it is called now. So for the time being, let's leave it as it is. Can you no longer just click on the boy? You can. Okay, transfer trade bar. Here we go again. Politic insult. Come on, really? Our allies. Okay. Probably an event of some sort. Plot against Władysław von Wettin. Okay, I couldn't care less about you, Anhalt. Suspicious accident. How awful. Who is our new heir? Yep. Oh, okay, well, the other one was better, but hopefully we'll switch heirs 5 times before. We are not going to war with Bohemia. Speaking of going to war, however, we do want to keep our power projection above 50%, or at 50% at least. And that means we will need to go to war with, hopefully with one of our allies, rivals. So Hungary, Denmark, or Muscovy. Problem with well, we have truce against Hungary for another 9 years. That won't cut it. Denmark, this is actually from. I don't think we will be able to fabricate on them. We could go humiliate rival, but that's kind of pointless, especially since they are allied with Muscovy and Brandenburg actually. So it probably would be better to go to war with Muscovy. If I'm not mistaken, yes, Lithuania has a claim here. If we switch to Lithuania, well, they have claim on this shithole of a province. But that should be enough to go to war with Muscovy once we are in a better state to do so. And since they are rivals, that would easily bump our power projection, assuming we won't get our asses kicked. And there will be Denmark in play, but no Brandenburg at least. So that's always nice. And we can grab some territory off of them. Perhaps we could even go. Probably no. Humiliating rival is usually not worth it. How long till this disappears? 71. 5 years. All right. So And of course I shouldn't be building spy network there, because I honestly cannot, since we have no borders, I can't really use this to do anything useful, can I? Well, I could support rebels. And I can justify trade conflict. Well, we don't need that casus belli, but since we'll be moving this guy out of there, might as well. And we will support rebels. Not any rebels there, are they? Let's go for... that's too expensive, I'd say. Now, okay, let's leave it be. Maybe later, if they end up in a devastating war or something. So let's stop building a spy network and build one here. Since this is another war we could go for, to feed Lithuania some cause, and I believe we will be able to justify on this, maybe? It's 2 seasons difference, so I don't remember how it worked. Let's find out. Do we want to build any more charges for now? Yes, charge. Let's build one in Kraviec. And those are kind of shitty. So, oh, speaking of, I don't think we discussed that, but giving newly conquered territory to estates is usually a fairly decent idea. Well, there are more benefits to it than to giving already established land to, because what estates do is set minimal autonomy at 25%, but also, depending on type of estate, they remove local autonomy for one thing. Here, for example, for local tax modifier, and thus in the case of provinces with high autonomy, that means that all of that 54% doesn't apply to tax income. Only to tax income, and it keeps applying to local trade power, production efficiency, manpower, sailors, land force limited, yada yada yada. But yeah, for example, if we were to give it to Bergers like we have here, suddenly this autonomy only applies to local tax, manpower, force limit, and naval force limits. Just mentioned it for those less versed. The whole thing. And we got another card, you know. So I believe that just increases our income, right? Well, papal influence income. And we do. All right, we could actually keep diplomat here, since I'm not doing much. And do you remember I was talking about building a fortress in Przemyśl, as it is in Polish, but I think we will simply try to take this one instead. It's a shitty province, like exceedingly shitty, which would make it very easy to take it. It wouldn't cost us a lot of aggressive expansion or admin power to core, but being a death trap of a mountain province with a fort, it would cover what Krakow doesn't cover. So Krakow covers all of that, and Maramoros would cover Moldova, and Przemyśl those 2 fortresses would basically, along with Bessarabia, would keep our southern flank completely secure as it can be. And here we will need to probably build a fortress in Noteć, Poznań, or Kalisz. We'll see about that. And Emperor has enacted an imperial reform. Alright, so the first one, race reform. So everyone gets build costs, lower build costs and lower development costs. So, alright. And it also gives a casus belli now. For non-members holding imperial territory, which may come into play if or when we get a new map for ourselves, because that's an imperial territory. Yeah, we definitely need to wait on our manpower to recover before we go to war with Muscovy. Just problematic because they are already eating up the Novgorod and will soon create Russia. They are very much on schedule with that, and since we don't want to take up once again during the Renaissance hiatus, we are definitely going to continue getting humanist ideas. Well, that will actually help us here with separatism, I guess. And we definitely need to take standardized pikes. We are, I believe, behind. Yes, we are behind tech against Muscovy, against everyone really by this point. So, yep. It will cost us a bit more, but we definitely need to go for it. Next one is also an important one, especially for us, with additional cavalry boosts and such. So, this is what it is, and we can upgrade to Eastern Militia from British Infantry. There we go. I think we'll just want to save up money to buy that Renaissance acceptance for the time being. Yes, we have a foreigner. Still this one, eh? And now we could, as you can see, what I mentioned earlier, we could abdicate. Not sure what it said that he needed to be. Oh, it's probably either. I was reading it wrong, wasn't I? It is. He has to be either 60 or ruling for 20 years, not both. And I also remembered it wrong. It's not a stability hit, it's a legitimacy and prestige hit. Pretty hard. Still, we definitely don't want to make our monarch to abdicate. Scholar, incorruptible, and calm. Very nice things, all of them. Let's leave it as is. And I wonder if... well, I will need to check it later, but I wonder if abdication actually triggers a standard stability hit change of monarch does. That should be interesting. Okay, so Austria embraced Renaissance. Let's see how that goes. Okay, let's go back to speed 4, so I can do something without having to pause every other second. So Krakow is once again 1481, 1482. And they already embraced it, so that will spread rapidly, as you can see here. Plus 2.6 for mere fact of embracing it. There we go. And let's see, do you guys... Okay, so they are not friendly to one another, that will slower the transition of it. Huh. 10 years of technology cost, or I can get local tax modifier in the bells, okay. Actually, I have quite a lot of tax here, oddly enough. And who does own it? No one does. Monthly autonomy change. Actually, alright, this is the one that we got there. We don't. Well, let's just take it this way. If we had something to something to convert, I meant, we would go for it. Alright, so this is nice. Schlachter loses 10 influence. That gives us a nice buffer. Recall diplomat. No, keep him there. You have claim? Yes, I do. Defender of faith. Well, we can afford it, but I don't think we want to. Maybe we will. Maybe we will if once we go to war with Muscovy. So wait and see. And it can definitely put us into some unfavorable wars, like one with Ottomans at the same time. So I don't think we are in a state where we can actually afford it. And we already lost our power projection, and we are nowhere near full manpower to go to actually go to war. So yeah, that's a problem. Oh, we could actually do that support rebels. I wonder. I never actually. Can we still? That's actually very expensive. Let's actually do it and see how that affects our power projection. We do have a lot of money, don't we? Doesn't seem to. Maybe once the rebellion starts or something? Pomerania, what is your war? I guess against... nope, you're not going there. I don't want you to actually conquer them, since we will be conquering them shortly. It's kind of sad we are not getting anything out of it. In 2 years we'll be able to insult a rival and bump it by 5, but Norway, disputed succession, Mecklenburg, Holland, Desmond, Nassa. Oh well, you're being sieged anyway. I believe actually we allowed Hamburg and Verden to march through our lands area, haven't we? See how that goes. Hopefully we won't need to actually go to war against them. Against well, Holy Roman states to get our stuff here. That would be a pain in the ass. How's our army? Well, we can buy 3 more. We'll leave it be for the time being, and I believe we don't even have a full strength of our regiments, not yet. Our next step will be to as far as ideas go, to get one of the military ideas, probably quantity. But we'll see. I was to some extent thinking about aristocratic, but I don't think it's worth it. We can now with estates we can get cavalry combat ability provided by just having a Cossack estate, and we'll have Cossack estate once we get Lithuania. Sure, let's build one in Danzig. And one more look at the situation here. Well, we have some, not enough. For example, bloody Riga is due to the estuary here to have a lot of power. Almost as much, well, more than Sweden, funny enough. That has half of the Baltic coast. Should we switch there? Probably not yet. But we should, I think, build ourselves that proper fleet. And we have 5, so that's another thing. We have 5 years to go to war with knights there. Okay, what is our 17? How long does it take to build it? So that would be 6 years to get it all. And what are the bonuses of it? Naval maintenance and shipbuilding time. Well, I guess 4 years, 5 years to get to 75. And then there would be a danger that we wouldn't get this mission outright. So I believe we could get Brandenburg now to like us, though. Let's see. Almost there. Yeah, actually, we should be able to do that in a year. So let's take that. No, never mind. It's not worth it. I just take the remind Knights of the duty. So the Teutonic Knights were originally invited into Prussia at the request of the Polish kingdom. Since then, they have turned into a problem. The Knights most recognize that these lands are. What? The Knights must, not most, must recognize that those lands are the lawful part of Poland. And that they will. If we were to take a look at it, so subjugation, that would actually give us a 100% expansion, but the cost would be lower to enforce a vassalage, and that we will do. Well, of course, we'll execute a bailiff. 100 is 10 prestige is well worth. And cultural ties, next one, is it's not worth 10 prestige to lose a full point of stability, of course. How is this Renaissance coming along? Maybe here. Well, it's a bit faster, as you can see, due to adjacent province, but it would be much faster if they were friendly. Another 0.7. Not going to happen, sadly. And yeah, I believe that we will be faster than them, won't we? Well, about the same time. How about this? Yeah, so definitely we'll come up with it on our own before Bohemia gets it. Support rebels against. Okay, so if we were to go to war, we will spawn the rebel faction. Or rather, the rebel faction already spawned. Thing is, we didn't get the power projection out of it. And we do get those Novgorodian separatists there. Let's see. Do they have? Is it their Casus Belli or ours? Several rebels. Here we are. To enforce rebel demands. Alright, okay, so they spawned and we can now go to war to support them. Which wouldn't be a bad idea to respawn Novgorod. Huh? Not bad, but... okay, what shape is the Muscovy in these days? Let's check ledger. Armies. Muscovy. 28 infantry, 10 cavalry. That's Lithuania. 19 and 5. We'd have to fight there. Tough thing with so little manpower. Sure, we could get some. Still, I think it's worth it actually. we have money for a lot of mercenaries, so we can use them to fight. Let's see how many mercenaries are there. 28 Eastern Militia, 29. Well, so 29 mercenaries to be hired. Imagine we can hire them in front here. Alright, so we'll be going to war against Muscovy in next episode, and we'll see how this Enforced Rebels works, and if if we will, for example, lose the war the moment the Novgorodian separatists are wiped by this army. So there is that to check, or if we will indeed be able to just push all of the demands despite actual separatists being wiped out. Because, well, I don't think I ever used this thing since it has been introduced, so and probably some of you haven't either. So hope to see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. I just said it twice, haven't I? Just in different words. Oh well.